Natalie coming to live, Spirit and Coffee. Got my coffee here. Okay, you guys, the 2-year anniversary of this Spirit and Coffee is about to be on the rise. I don't know the anniversary. I wished I did so that I can actually put together like an anniversary, I don't know, some type of something. And I'm a little cold. But just so you know, today is going to be very, very, very short, Spirit and Coffee. So hopefully people will have time to chime in here or come on. If not, if you listen to this after the fact, I want to just tell you good morning. I hope you have a fantastic day. I still have to like make my food and go to jury duty, and I don't feel very well today. And I feel so part of life. And being a woman, we go through menstruation. Yay. And part of that process sometimes is very exhausting to the point, well, especially for me, because I have low iron, to the point of chronic pain. So I understand what chronic pain feels like because of it. Perhaps low iron, which I feel like I'm probably experiencing at this point, hence my pale face. Cold hands, and just not enough energy or oxygen getting to my muscles and everything else. And so it sometimes becomes a struggle battle to actually do all the things that I love to do. And you guys know I'm very active. I do this Good Morning HGGG. I do my live videos, and I do my on-air Podbean every day, Monday through Friday. And so it becomes an exhausting thing. So here's the deal. And we sometimes want to overexert ourselves. We want to push ourselves to limits, and that's okay. But you have to also know your limits and know when to rest. And they say that sleep and rest is one of the most important things we can do for ourselves as humans. And I highly believe that. I know what it's like to feel rested and not rested. And I can tell you that right now I don't feel rested. Oh my God, I feel so tired. I want to go back to bed. And when I'm in these moments, it's typically because I'm going to start my cycle for the month. So being patient with your body is critical. Now, men, I don't necessarily, I'm sure they have their own way of cycling. For women, when we menstruate or when we're going through stuff, we typically will shed all of the toxins from our body. And typically that's the reason why we're able to go through this moon cycle. It's like getting rid of all the bad stuff and redoing our body so that if we're getting ready to like have a child, right? Our body is trying to prepare itself, get rid of all the toxins, reset itself so that if there is a, if you happen to get pregnant, whatever, you can have your babies or whatever. And in a healthy environment in your body. Oh, this coffee is so good. So we detox, and that's how we detox. Man, I don't know. They typically in the native cultures and where I'm from, they do temazcal, where they go into the sweat lodges and they sweat out the toxins in their body. Women are prohibited from going in during menstruation because they can deplete their energy to zero, which is really why. And it makes a lot of sense because I right now wouldn't go detox my body even further when I already feel like I don't have enough energy. Okay. So feeling a little bit out of it. And that's okay. We're human. And as a human condition and as being human, sometimes we need that time out. Okay. Especially if we're going through something very tragic or critical in our life. And I will say that I have a friend who just recently lost a parent, and they are going, good morning, Sally. Yay, I can see Sally's on here. That's awesome. And it's very, very sad what my friend is going through, losing someone important to them and asking themselves, can I take a time out to breathe, to relax? And that's what's important, that we have that time for ourselves to relax, to let go. Good morning, Spin. Good morning, Loyal Breed podcast. Because we as humans need to separate ourselves from the grind at times. The grind is it can get pretty overwhelming and overbearing sometimes to the point of depleting the body, the self. So I highly encourage you to take a pause, take a rest. um, I'm not saying that you need to be in pause and rest for the rest of your life, obviously not. Like, take that rest that you need in your life. Now me, I can't rest today because I have jury duty and I have work. And so if I don't sleep for jury duty, I have work. Um, but I'm going to ask myself, how do I honor my body? How do I honor my physical well being today, even though I have all of these things that I have to take care of? And I think that that's what's important. How do I nurture myself? How do I make sure that I'm taken care of? So you guys can ask yourself, how do I do these things for myself, especially for the women who are going through their menstrual cycle or going through menopause or whatever else. It is not easy being a woman, and I hope these men would get on here and listen to what I'm saying. The role of a woman is a lot more complex than that of a man, and that's not by judgment, that's by design. Um Natural design, God's design, whatever you want to call it, and that we ourselves, we experience, right? We're experiencing this as women. Um, it's just different. It's different because we go through menstruation. It's different because we have a cycle. It's different because we are the ones who hold the children and bear children. We are we hold the emotional love, kindness, and compassion that perhaps some men. I'm not saying men aren't compassionate and kind, but we have this ability to understand nurture and nature because we're so closely tied and connected to it, because we go through the cycles in the process. Now, I'm not saying men don't, it's just different. They don't have to go through the same things we do. And here's the part that is really, I think, important that I want to talk about. I know I'm not doing the four agreements, but as women, we want a home and a safe environment so that we can take care of our menstruation. So I dated a guy, and this is like me being on on the realist point that I don't think I've ever talked about it on live, but I dated this guy, okay? And it was years ago, obviously, because I've been single for so long. I'll just throw that out there. And I dated this guy, and we had a two. This is my second longest relationship. It was 2 years. Anywho, he was a free spirit, and as am I. I'm a free spirit. I love to travel. I love to go around and do crazy things and do whatever I want. Now I don't have children, um, but here's the deal. He wanted to. Good morning, Christine. He wanted to do what? He wanted to go and live in a van. And so he lived in his van for a little bit, and there was no judgment on my part. I absolutely loved his free spirit. I loved that he could do this and that he was free, right, from the chains of society. He could just go and come as he pleased. Now, he wanted me to engage in this behavior with him, and I tried it out for 2 days or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fun. And the reason it wasn't fun, it was fun at first, but it wasn't fun because we as women, and some women may be okay with it, but me personally, and I think most women, need a place, a comfort zone when we are going through menstruation. Okay. So for those of you on the podcast today, I forgot to put because I usually have the readings from the four agreements, and I forgot to take that off because today I'm not going to be doing readings. Probably not going to talk about the four agreements. I might a little bit talk about the four agreements, but this is not just about the four agreements. This podcast is about spiritual alchemy and learning how to deal with everything that we go through. Good morning, in this world, and how to support ourselves into a meaningful life or a legacy that we want to create for ourselves. So it's beyond that. So I do apologize that I didn't take that off of the podcast or Podbean. I did on my Facebook Live, though, take it off, that we're not doing readings today. And it's not going to be very long. I'm probably going to get off in a few minutes because I have a bunch of things to do. I'm just really lagging behind and talking about women and how we deserve to have a comfortable place. Now, in the past, never read the book, but I've heard a lot about it, that in the past, the way that it worked with the children and with the women who were elders, when they were going through menstruation, right? And so, good morning, Chloe. So, when women were going through menstruation, the children would then, the girls, young girls, would then take care of the women who were going through menstruation. And then when they became of age, then the cycle continued. Now, that's sisterhood. That's the bond between women that men will never get. This is the bond, the sacred bond that we hold. We are the Holy Grail. We do hold the power of actually breathing life within us, with actually carrying life within us. And that makes us unique in a way that men can never understand. And so sometimes it's more like communicating to them what is going on so that they kind of understand. Now, here's the deal, they kind of. So, father with girls will sort of get it more. If a father is raising nothing but sons, he's really not going to get women except from his wife, maybe, unless he had sisters, a bunch of sisters. So it's kind of up to us to be like, look, this is what's going on. And it's cool because I've had friends, because I have a lot of male friends, and I'm just very blunt and up forward. And you guys kind of know that, especially with my podcast. I kind of just put it all on the table. Okay. That with the menstruation, I'm like, look, I'm on my period right now, or I'm cycling right now, and I don't feel very well. And then, they're kind. They're like, oh my God, can I get you something? I'm like, yeah, go, can you get me this? Or can you get me that? Or no, I'm okay. Or I just need a hug, or I just need something warm, or whatever it is. But they all have this kindness and compassion towards me when I'm able to express that. Okay. So the expression is, oh, we've got trolls on here today. I haven't had trolls on my live videos in a long time. What up, trolls? How you doing? My question is, do you know where you ended up on the video that you ended up on? These trolls don't get where they are. Okay, so here's the deal, trolly troll. When you show up on my live videos, I just want you to know that if you are a manipulator, okay, or if you're here to derail love, I would say, good morning, Dave. I would say this: we love you anyway. We ain't mad at you. We're not here to be upset or say hateful things. We merely love, and we love even the darkness. So if you're dark matter, that's fine. We love you anyway. So there you go. Um, so there you go. So light and love to those who are in the dark. And hopefully you'll return back to this platform so that you can find your legacy and that you can find your divine birthright. So that's what this is about. Okay. So thank you, trolls, for showing up. We appreciate it. Okay. So, so there you go. So now the feelings that we have as women and menstruation is us releasing the toxins from our body, releasing that energy that doesn't serve us, releasing the energy that our body is like, nah. But for me, right? For me, what happens is I get very, 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 very depleted. Depleted to the point where I just want to sleep and never wake up. The exhaustion is off the chain. It's crazy. So again, for you guys, I highly just encourage that you communicate to people about what is going on with you, especially during menstruation, especially when you're communicating with these men, especially when you're communicating with your sisterhood, whatever it is. So people will know, like this morning, I woke up super grouchy. I was like, not because anybody did anything wrong, but because I didn't feel well, because I have the chronic pain. When I'm going through menstruation, it depletes my energy and I know how I feel. I don't feel very good. Okay. So I wanted to sleep and rest and nest, right? Is when we nest, or we want to nest and we want our space clean. So if we can hold on to those traditions, but also honor our sisters, honor each other, you guys, honor each other and know that we all go through it together, right? And these men, okay, can perhaps one day understand and have some compassion for a woman, and say, you know what, I see mother, I see beautiful goddess, I see the goddess, okay? I see the goddess within. I see the divine beauty within. And in the mother that we see, right? In the mother that we see within each other, that we're able to bond through that sisterhood. And that the men learn to honor the women in their life because they came from mother. Nobody can come without a mother, right? Everybody has a mother. Now, in not, and I would even ask the question to the men that are on here as trolls, how do they respect their mother? Obviously they don't. Now that's a judgment, I get that. But when you honor your mother, you honor all women because you know that you came from mother. Okay? And you know that everybody has to come from a mother. And what a beautiful thing that your mother held you in her womb. Now, for those of you that are hurting because your mother maybe wasn't good to you, I do send out love and kindness and compassion to you. Okay? I really do. And if you had a mother who treated you good, you've got to ask yourself, why this behavior towards a woman? Why? What would you do? Why would you harm the beautiful, you came from a mother. There's no way you could be on this planet if you didn't come from a mother. You had to. You were in the womb. You make the connection, connect the dots. Think about it for a second. You're intelligent creatures. My mother used to lock me in the basement. I do apologize for that. I'm so sorry if that's true. I don't know if you're saying that because it's true, Tristan. But I do, if that's really the case, then I send you love and kindness and compassion. Okay. So if your mother was a saint or not a saint, or good or not good, I send you loving kindness, compassion, from the heart of women to the men who need healing at this point, because that's really what's going on here. When we see the hate that comes through sometimes on social media, or the ability, you've got to ask your mind, what makes you want to do these things? What's making you want to, put comments like that or treat people that way, really internally? Because it's not me. I don't really, the reality is I'm mentally good and I love myself, and it doesn't matter what you do, but to me, because I love me. But the question is, what are you going through that would allow you to come to this point in life where you can actually disrespect a woman? What went wrong? Where did the situation turn for you? Did your mother, I don't know, treat you ill? Did she beat you? Did she abandon you? And if so, right? If so, I send you loving kindness, compassion. If your mother was nurturing, kind, and loving, what would make you want to treat a woman that you came from, right? A woman that you came from, with disrespect. Why? For what purpose? Is it benefiting you in your life to do that? And if it is, you've got to ask yourself, why? And is it serving you? So the healing is going to come, right? Healing is going to come when we start to heal the men and we start to look at the men and say, what's going on with you? Why is it that it's okay for you to treat a woman with disrespect? What happened? What happened? Something distorted happened. Something went completely wrong in your ability to understand that we as women hold the power, right, to give life. That you came from a mother. You came from the womb. That's where you came from. So for those of you on Podbean that are live, we have trolls who show up oftentimes on my Facebook live video. And I typically, I don't think they realize what platform they've come onto, because I don't even know how they get onto these platforms. However, they sometimes will say hateful stuff or mean things. And for me, this is not about hating back or being mean back. This is about love and kindness and compassion. That's what this platform is about. Even the darkness, even the ones that treat us ill, even the ones that say hateful things. We love them anyway. And then what we do is we put the light and illuminate the light on the darkness. Okay. And we put light within the darkness because we don't, in spiritual alchemy, we use everything. We don't deny it. We don't start talking back. We don't treat them illy or mean or hateful. What we hope for is that they find compassion in their heart to transmute their energy into love. And hopefully that's the case. Now, I've had some trolls actually reach out to me after my live videos and apologize for the way that they've behaved. Why? Because they recognize the light within themselves. If they're in the darkness, it's because they want to be dark, but really there's a light within them still. There's still a spark of light within them. They wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case, because that's what this platform is. It's a platform of love and light. And it's not a platform of love and light only people who we think are deserving. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves light. Okay. So hopefully in their heart of hearts, they start to recognize what they are doing when they behave this way. It's a behavioral, well, I would say they want attention. And maybe that they didn't receive the attention they thought they deserved. So they jump on these things to get attention. And we're here to say, okay, we see you. We're giving you attention. We see you. Okay. So light and love to you, trolls. And hopefully you will switch your mindset into love. And hopefully, right, you guys will remember that you came from mother and that mother is beautiful. And if your real mother was not, I do apologize. And again, send you love and kindness and compassion. And hopefully you come to realize that that's why you ended up here. Okay. So there you have it. So there you go. So light and love to you guys on here, especially the ones who showed up to troll or whatever you guys call yourselves. I don't know what you guys call yourselves. You have a little Okay, that you guys are loved, you guys matter, that you guys are being seen at this point, and that's what you want to do is be seen, okay? And I'm sending out love and light to you. And if you were mistreated by women, then I apologize. And I send you compassion and kindness and forgiveness. I forgive you. So there you go. That is our addition today because guess what? Um, I gotta go. I have jury duty. Okay, so light and love to you guys. We will read from the four agreements again tomorrow. And hopefully some of those trolls come over to the lovely light side of love, okay? And I hope that you guys have the most magical, fantastical day ever. And I love you. I love you. I love you. Lots of light in your heart. And remember that we as women carry a great responsibility to love and nurture people. Okay, that is what we do. We nurture and we understand that we carry life within us. Okay, all right. So there you go. So I love you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have the most beautiful day ever. Bye.